Good evening, dear guests. I would recommend you to put the headphones because I'm going to switch to Armenian now, just to introduce the setup, and then I will give the floor to the governor. Հարգելի ներկաներ,
Dear attendees, thank you so much for being present at today's press conference. It's on the 30th of January, the board of the central bank have approved 100% procurement of the stake of LIGA insurance by GRAWE company, and today's press conference is dedicated to this fact. And now I would like to give the floor to the governor of Central Bank of Armenia, Mr. Martin Galestyan. He will speak about the relevance of this event for Armenia, and then the speakers will make presentations about their organizations and will disclose the details of the transaction of the deal. Thank you so much. Firstly, I welcome you all in the Central Bank of Armenia. A couple of words about the substantial facts around this transaction and its relevance for the economy and market development of Armenia. I believe that we all understand how important it is to have the entry of the globally renowned companies to the Armenian market. You have multiple times asked me questions about these opportunities, and I'm happy to present the first transaction in this relation, which happens on the insurance market. Austrian GRAWE Group and C-Quadrat investment groups are acquiring 100% of LIGA Insurance's shares, which, in our opinion, has several prospects and potentials for development. Number one being entry of a globally renowned company to the Armenian market. Number two, diversification of products, opportunity for diversification, because we know that GRAWE, in fact, is a company with much experience in life insurance. The third prospect is the Institute of Reinsurance and internationally renowned companies on reinsurance and their approaches that they bring to Armenia. And number four is the opportunity to shoulder the insurance burden. We talk a lot about trip route, opening of transportation routes and cargo transportations, and I believe all that will become more realistic, provided that in Armenia we have this entry of an international level company. I congratulate us all on this occasion because apparently this is the first case, and we will put up incessant efforts to activate new players and invite them on our market. I'd like to point out that this has been a process that lasted for at least 18 months prior to this announcement. We had the first meeting in Vienna with GRAWE Group and C-Quadrat Investment Group. You know the importance of CQ Group for Armenia. It's one of our key partners. They manage our pension fund, and the capacities of CQ Investment Group are not eliminated down only to the management of pension fund resources, but also CQ Group is assisting us to involve other Austrian organizations in our economy. We had the first meeting in Vienna, after which, in fact, there were multiple rounds of negotiations, joint work, and involvement in working processes. And I would like to express my gratitude to all our partners from LIGA Insurance, CQ, and GRAWE Group for this joint initiative, which hopefully will open up new prospects for the Armenian insurance market. Thank you.
To present GRAWE.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Governor. My name is Klaus Scheitegel. I am the CEO of GRAWE Group, beside my colleague, Mr. Paul Swoboda, our CFO. And I'm very glad and honored to announce the entrance of GRAWE Group into the Armenian insurance market. This is a very important step for us in our group expansion, and we are very pleased to be able to contribute to the economic development to this wonderful country. I start with some figures of GRAWE Group so that you know better with whom you are dealing. GRAWE Group, GRAWE was founded 1828, almost 200 years ago, by Archduke John. Archduke John is in Austrian history a very famous person. He was son of an emperor, he was brother of an emperor, but at the end of the day, he was no noble person. He was more linked to the common people in his personal feeling. So this is a sentence we found 1846 in one of his diaries, says the power that brings good lies in harmony among the many. It is the task of everyone to contribute. This sentence is a guiding principle of GRAWE, not only in daily work, but also when we go to another countries, when we enlarge our group. So this is the philosophy of GRAWE Group. These are the figures of 2024. The last year is not official now. They are even better than these figures. We have total premiums roughly more than 1.5 billion euros. The balance sheet is 14.4 billion of euros, and we have total equities more than 2 billion euros. When normally in insurance business, when you have more equities than the total premium of a year, this is a sign of strength, of financial strength. We have more than 5,000 employees in the group. We are in Austria the ranking number 6, and as mentioned, we have more than 195 years experience in insurance business. This is the timeline. As mentioned, 1828, the year of our foundations. There are several interesting data. Maybe one is very interesting is 1988, the entrance of our group also in bank industry. I will mention it later on again. And also 1991 was an important year. We were the first and the last insurance company who had a complete license over Yugoslavia. Later the war started and we had to apply the license in Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Republika Srpska, Northern Macedonia. But this was a starting point to leave Austria as a home market, and you will later see a landscape in which countries we are operating right now. 2006 we bought a bank in Austria called Bank Burgenland, which is a bank of a government in Austria. It's a retail bank. 2024, we also started operations in health insurance, which is a very, very important topic also in Armenia here. And last year, with this acquisition, we started also our retail business in Cyprus. We bought a company called Prime Insurance, and now this company is called GRAWE Cyprus, so it's not so far away from Armenia. And mentioned, now we are in the process to start the operations here in Armenia. Now, as mentioned, we are operating in 13 countries, now in 14 countries with 20 subsidiaries. And our headquarters in Austria, you see, this is the most western country we operate. So for historical reason, GRAWE Group was always interested in eastern states, not in western states like Germany, France and other countries, eastern states. And you can see in the landscape that maybe Armenia was the logical consequence over the Black Sea, the starting in Caucasus. So this is a very important step there. In some countries we have a quite high market share, like in Moldova, also in Romania and Northern Macedonia. And you see on this landscape we're still operating in Ukraine. And I hope the next landscape I can show you will also point out Romania between Armenia, yeah. What is maybe interesting also for Armenia, as you see on this landscape, GRAWE is operating in EU countries and non-EU countries. So we are very familiar with the legislation on the EU level side, and maybe this can also give some positive efforts for the Armenian market. This is roughly our insurance portfolio. The main part is non-life business, 70% is non-life, 30%, almost 30% is life insurance. As Mr. Governor mentioned, life plays a very, very important role in our business, and we are offering these products from classical life insurance to unit-linked products in all our countries we are operating. And as mentioned, the smallest part is health insurance. We are operating with health insurance in the Austrian market, but also markets outside like Croatia, Serbia, Northern Macedonia. So in our opinion, especially life and health market, these are the emerging product lines for the future, because the citizens are very, very interesting in life, of course. I mentioned the most important pillar, this is the insurance business, but I want to point out also the second ones and the third ones. I mentioned the bank activities, especially in Austria. We have here 6.5 billion euros of total assets. We had a group result of almost 80 million, 24, 25 will be better. And we have roughly 800 employees operating there. Here in this picture you see the headquarters of Bank Burgenland in Eisenstadt. And under this brand there are some brands like Schellhammer Capital Market, which is a private bank in Vienna. It's the oldest private bank we have in Austria. We have the Dadat Group. Dadat is an online bank, also a trader, and the other brands are especially in Austria. This part plays a very, very important role in our group development. Also the activities in real estate plays, in our opinion, in insurance business a very important role. We have roughly 2.7 million square meters under management. We have roughly 42,000 portfolios in our group and 150 employees. And yes, I want to point out that GRAWE always operates in buildings their owner. So this is also a perspective in the future. We always want to show in our business, our clients, especially our clients, what we are doing with the money. And real estate is a good opportunity because you cannot move it, you can touch it, you can see it. So real estate business plays an important role in our business field. So that's it. What are the benefits we want to bring to LIGA, of course? One goal is, of course, the growth. We want of LIGA to join an international network, as mentioned, of 19 companies in 13 countries. We want to offer customized product lines. Mr. Galstan always also managed some possible product lines in the future which are necessary here on this market. So for us the first step is done. The next step will follow, and I'm also very happy that our partner in this case, C-Quadrat, which operates 12 years in this market, also a very serious and well-known company in Austria operates here, and we are very happy that we have a new partnership founded here in Armenia. Thank you very much.
Can you put the presentation?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Governor, Mr. Scheitegl, thank you for having the opportunity to say something about C-Quadrat Investment Group here. I'm very proud that we have this occasion and the opportunity, and I want to tell you in a few words what we are doing outside of Armenia and what we are doing in Armenia. So we are an asset management company founded 1991, based in Vienna and London, and several other offices in Paris, Warsaw, Yerevan, Geneva, Dubai. So, and our services are sold and promoted in over 21 countries. Also within the European Union and outside the European Union. We have 130 employees, and our group consists of 8 independent asset management companies that operate under the umbrella of C-Quadrat Investment Group. Who are our clients? We are doing asset management mainly for institutional investors, and insurance companies is the group of most important clients for us. We provide services for over 80 insurance companies in several countries, but we also have private clients, over 1 million, we counted them, that are saving their money either in pension schemes or in saving schemes. But they always operate through a scheme, so like pension or saving plans through banks. Our regional focus so far, I mentioned it, is mainly Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, so the DACH region, Central and Eastern European Union, and of course Armenia. As an asset manager, it is important to be very risk sensitive, and as businessmen we are also risk sensitive, and this is why we diversified our asset management strategies into different types. We offer quantitative strategies. We were the first who introduced quantitative asset management strategies in the European Union over 20 years ago. We do pension products, we offer alternative investments, private equity, and some niche products. And being an independent asset manager means that you have to operate without a broad distribution network that is owned by you. Because if you have your own distribution network, it's always very easy. You tell your distribution network, sell this, and they have no other choice. They have to do it. Being a company like ours, we had to prove day to day that we provide excellent products, and only when we do this, independent distributors or insurance companies or banks were willing to distribute our products, and this is why we are very proud that we won over 300 awards in the last years for the quality of the products that we manage. Our corporate structure is that we are a company owned by the management. We have 4 managing directors and who are also shareholders, and we have within our corporate structure in different countries joint venture companies with, one can call it global players, like in Poland we have a joint venture with Vienna Insurance Group. We have a private equity joint venture in Austria with Raiffeisenbank International, and of course I'm very proud that we have now a joint venture here with GRAWE Group in Armenia. Our culture is pioneering. We try to be innovative, and we try to be the first who introduce new services to markets. We are quick because we don't have such a big structure, and our decision-making process is quick. And our mission is to help to improve the living conditions of our clients and to provide high-class services in the markets we operate in. And of course, we want to contribute to the development of the financial markets in which we are active. Mr. Gastian mentioned it already. 12 years ago, we were invited to play an important role in the development of the pension system, funded pension system of this country. We came to Armenia. Since then, we operate here with a local branch with 15 employees. We handle over 700 billion Armenian drams. We have over 450,000 participants in our pension products. We provide 3 pension funds for the funded pension system, additionally 2 open investment funds. And we are proud that we were able to provide over 8.4% return on average since inception of the fund. So I hope that we made a good job and that the clients, who are the citizens of the Republic of Armenia, are happy with the service that we provide to them. What is important to say is that over 70% of the assets that we manage here in Armenia are invested locally in Armenia and come back to the real economy so far. Yeah, and last but not least, I'm very proud to say that the local team participated in a competition among pension fund asset managers worldwide and was able to win the first prize for excellent performance in the investment part of the World Pension Summit 2025. And this is a proof that we do our best, what we can, to help here in the country and deliver good work. Thank you very much.
Hello, I represent LIGA Insurance. Firstly, let me express my gratitude to the Central Bank of Armenia, to the chairperson, to Governor Galastian. For us, this day is of vital importance. LIGA Insurance was established in 2008. We are well known on the Armenian market. We have various achievements, and we have been leaders in many various areas. For us, this is a new stage of development. For us, it is an honor and privilege to become part of groups such as GRAWE Group and C-Q. This allows us to ensure access to knowledge and experience, very powerful knowledge and experience, and we're going to use this access for the benefit of both financial system and for the benefit of the Armenian society in general. We will introduce new insurance products. We will introduce European standards in insurance, in client expertise, and of course I'd like to specifically mention life insurance possibility that we are going to consider as a point for our strategic growth in the upcoming years this much. Thank you. Please, if there are any questions from the journalists, Arka, the floor is yours. Thank you, Arka and agency. Mr. Galastian, I have a question for you. This life insurance transaction and experience, can it become a precedent case for other insurance companies of Armenia? Thank you. And my next question is to GRAWE Group representatives. My question to you is, what does GRAWE Group think of Armenian insurance market? What do you think about the maturity of Armenian market and its opportunities? You have talked about your entry to this region. Do you consider Armenia as a hub, as a regional hub for your further expansion in this region? And my question to C-Q Group is as follows. C-Q Investment Group, in this transaction, is it acting as a financial investor or a strategic partner or a long-term owner? And what would you say about asset management and insurance business and their cooperation in the Armenian context? And my question to Liga Insurance is as follows. Are you going to do a rebranding, and is your company going to change your name? Are you going to have changes in your team or not? This much. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Well, let me start from a preface, because you have raised this question multiple times on different occasions. Why are international investments important for Armenia, and what do they bring for Armenia? I think that from the perspective of foreign direct investments for Armenia, they are not so much about money, but also transfer of knowledge and skills that happens as an international company joins the Armenian market. And this is a brilliant example to that. And Vahagen has mentioned it too, and he described it as a source of knowledge and skills. And this is a great opportunity for a local company to benefit from the best international practice and expertise, which in its turn will create another precedent situation whereby other insurance companies on the market will strive to reach the quality of level and services to match this international level. And I do believe that GRAWE, or LIGA, better say, will be not the only company, but it will be the pioneering company, and the others will follow their example. We also have certain arrangements to discuss in the central bank with our partners from the National Assembly of Armenia, the legislative changes, so that with one license, a company is able to provide life and non-life insurance products.
Your question, and yes, indeed, for the future, everyone has the possibility, in our opinion, within the GRAWE Group to develop as a hub for other countries in the Caucasus region. Why do we have chosen Armenia? This country has a big history. It's safe. We found here clear rules, and I must give a compliment to the Central Bank of Armenia, the very professional approach of the authority. So that means you are already international here. Of course, right now the market is dominated by car business, but it's an emerging market, and it's really comparable to our home market. You have very developed agricultural industries. We have experience in these cases. You have also some challenges in nut-cut things like earthquakes, floods, and other things. Therefore, we want to bring our reinsurance partners also to have a look in this region. So the economic situation we found right now is very promising. And you did a wonderful job in the last year, and I see a really bright future. The location here is excellent for, as you managed, also for further steps. But now we are concentrating here on the Armenian market, and as mentioned before, it's the first step. Other steps had to follow. And the first thing, as you're asking my colleague from LIGA about the renaming, the first step is that LIGA is allowed to say member of GRAWE Group. Yeah? But it depends on the meaning here in the country. What is the best solution for our employees and our customers? Because later on we have the first party with our employees. I'm very happy about that. The most important thing is our employees And then, of course, the customers, they will decide.
Okay, then I will come to the question regarding our role in this joint venture. And it's very easy to explain. As I mentioned, 12 years ago, we were invited to come to Armenia and play a role in the funded pension system. And I can tell you that our experience were 100% positive, and we were always overwhelmed by everything, by the country, by the professional approach of the people here, by the support that we got from the central bank and the government. And quite soon it became clear that it really makes sense for us to expand our business in the country, but not only financial, but really doing it, becoming a part of the financial market. So we looked at the industries, and with the central bank and some insights, we came to the conclusion that the insurance market has a big potential. But as an asset manager, we couldn't do it alone, of course. We rely on the expertise of people who really know what they do. And we are convinced that with GRAWE we found the ideal partner. And insurance business, especially life insurance business, and the asset management, this always goes together. Because asset management is an essential part of life insurance business, and we thought that we could combine our strength and the expertise here, and our role is a strategic, long-time ownership role, very much involved in the daily business. So we will operate this company together.
With regard to naming, at the moment we will preserve the LIGA insurance title, as Mr. Steigl has mentioned, and we are envisaging to add member of GRAWE Group addition to our title. As far as the team is concerned, yes, we are going to have changes, but these will be qualitative changes. I have mentioned that for us it's a significant opportunity to gain new knowledge and expertise and learn from a company with multiple years of experience, and we're planning to send to different trainings and vocational courses our employees, and this will bring qualitative changes in our team. Sputnik, please. Sputnik, Armenia, Aram Gareginyan.
Products in our country, as you may be well aware, retirement accounts industry started to roll out just 10 years ago. So the mass of life insurance claims is not going to happen sooner than 15 years from now. In this context, are you going to immediately start develop life insurance products, or you're going to do maybe some homework in the first few years about maybe life expectancy or healthcare practices or industry in Armenia? This is the first question, please. And if you have already done some kind of homework, maybe you could share it with us. What observations do you have on the current state of health insurance, or maybe healthcare practices of Armenian citizens, which is also maybe a major factoring in your calculations for products?
The question to healthcare I would like to handle over, because I'm not familiar with the healthcare situation right now here in Armenia. You have a new law starting from the 1st of January, and I know just from the press the egg points, but I'm not involved in the healthcare system right now. Yeah? In the direction of life insurance, what is our approach? Life insurance has always to do with financial education about the citizens. What is their approach? Life insurance products can solve a lot of problems. For example, biomedical products in life insurance can help you to get easier loan from the banks, because life insurance can be used as security function. So I think also the bank industry here is interested in development life insurance product. Then from the savings side, there are classical life insurance products and unit-linked products. In the unit-linked sides, that's the asset manager part my colleague Andreas Wimmer pointed out. This is the possibility for Armenian citizens to join the international financial market on a quite low level, without any risks. But I agree with you, it's a journey we have to go step by step, and it has to be transported to the clients. What is the meaning and the use of a life insurance product? We were talking with the central bank, what can be the next step, of course, and I'm quite sure that we make something like symposiums and invitation experts to see these products from the different sides. At the end of the day, I'm convinced these product lines can be very, very good benefit for the whole country.
I wanted to ask Mr. President of the Central Bank, do we have all the necessary body of regulation for life insurance as if it were to start from today or tomorrow, or given that life insurance did not exist in Armenia, you still need to build up regulation, and how you're going to do that? So what kind of regulatory pieces you are going to adopt in maybe next few years?
The biggest component of the work that we're going to focus our efforts on will be the notion of the universal license, as different from having a dedicated license for life and another license for non-life insurance companies, but we are going to introduce a unified license for life and non-life insurance companies. It won't take that much effort and time, but this is still something that needs to be done, and we have discussed it with our partners at the negotiation stage as well, because these partners, they work in other different countries and they will try to make comparable conditions for their businesses in Armenia as well, so I believe we won't have any problems here. Please. Info Finport. I first wanted to ask a clarification question. As a result of this deal, this transaction, how did you distribute the shares? That's my first question. And my second question is to the leader of GRAWE Group. I am interested in your activity in agriculture. Years ago, Armenia launched insurance in agriculture, and this program faced a number of difficulties. Considering your positive experience and our not so positive experience, are you going to plan developing agricultural insurance in Armenia? And my second question is, I know that you have your own reinsurance company. Are you going to do reinsurance business in Armenia? And one more question, if I may. Are you planning to invest in the real estate market of Armenia, just like you do it in Austria? Thank you.
Thank you for this detailed question. The division of the share, we can mention 75% of the shares of LIGA are held by GRAWE and 25% held by C-Quadrat. So this is no secret. You mentioned our reinsurance company. It's called GRAWE Re. It's situated in Cyprus. GRAWE Group is operating, let me say, like a purchase community. So that means no country of our group must negotiate the conditions, for example, in reinsurance by themselves, because when you're a bigger group, you can negotiate maybe better prices, and it's also a good use for diversification, because not all catastrophes are happening in all countries at the same time. Yeah? And diversification plays a very, very important role in the insurance business. And of course, this is one of the steps that we will offer LIGA better reinsurance solutions via GRAWE, because we offer this in all these countries. It makes the product calculation more transparent and more easier, because, for example, within the group we have more than 2 million vehicles insured. Under these conditions, you have a better view on the claim situation. So it's like, you know this from football, you never walk alone. Also our companies, they never walk alone. And they will be supported by the mother company. And you mentioned also investment in real estates. Yes, we have the plans, because real estates plays an important role in insurance business. We will see. We will have an overlook at the market, and also mentioned a goal is that all our companies are operating in their own building. Yeah? This is a goal for the future. But I must apologize not to be more detailed, because it's really my second time here in your wonderful country. And I was absolutely focused at my colleagues from LIGA, and the next steps must be on the real estate market and so on. So we are really on the beginning. Yes,
What about agricultural insurance question?
agriculture plays a very important role in our group, because the motivation why GRAWE Austria was founded comes from the agricultural side in these countries, because sometimes the country was really devastated at this time, and so Archduke John decided to found an insurance company to protect the farmers. This was the original thing, so we have this in our minds. We have to divide between the things you use for agriculture and the crops on the field. Yeah? There we have in Austria a special situation, because there is a monopolist who insures this. This is the Österreichische Hagelversicherung. But we brought the expertise in some other countries already. For example, Moldavia was in a quite similar situation like you had in Armenia. But this fall we must have more information about the organization of farmers here in these countries. We know that agriculture plays a very, very important role, especially in this Ararat region there. And I think this industry must be protected against hailstorms, earthquakes, and other things. Yeah? So we have some projects already in the portfolio. You presented us them, and we will discuss in the next month how to enlarge the coverage we have here. And of course, we must also have negotiations with the state, because this is also interest of the state. What is the legal framework, how where we can act?
Thank you, Factor. Thank you, Gari Karutunyan from Factor TV. First question to Chairman Galastian. Please try to explain to our audience in a simple way to what can you compare the entry of GRAWE Group to Armenia in all its scale. Second question is, you said that there will be need to change the rules and to simplify the licensing. If I understood you correctly, this means that we never required it before, and now there's a need for that, and we need to change. And also, Mr. Shai Teigel mentioned that they like to have something tangible, something material. And I would like to ask you, what are those gaps and those areas where you saw the gaps and what you need to transform there. During the discussion, you said that the group of companies will bring knowledge and expertise in Armenia. Please finalize the answer to this question, and please tell me what are the gaps that you are going to bridge in Armenia by your entry to the market. Thank you. Let me start from the second question. In fact, in terms of life, non-life insurance, we have certain regulatory field, and it is all regulated in our legislation, but we didn't have life insurance in Armenia. Regulatory field, the legislation is ready. We studied the international experience. We considered some experience. We localized it, but we never used it in practice. And there was a request to us saying that there's one regulatory field in many countries which regulates life and non-life products, and I think it's normal to have a legislative field that regulates both areas. We are going to devise it and then take it to the legislative branch of our power so that we make our market more foreseeable with this. With regard to your question about the comparison, I don't want to overestimate or underestimate this event. This is quite an important event because we have an entry of a company with 200 years of history, a European company, to the Armenian market, in particular to the sector which traditionally hasn't been developed. And the reason why we talked to our partners from CQ Investment Group was to give an impetus for development of this particular field, which is intuitively relevant to all citizens, because insurance is important. After pension, we have to take the annuities, so on and so forth. So some of our steps need to have a logical continuation. But insurance has always been a segment with lesser role that it played in our economy. Of course, it's an important part, but it played less role traditionally. But if we look from the perspective of insurance products, we need to put up extra efforts to urge our population to become part of this culture. And I believe that the entry of GRAWE Group and CQ Investment Group in Armenia is quite a relevant and positive thing that happens. As far as the gaps are concerned, I mean the gaps that we see on the market, that we can bridge if we put up some efforts. Firstly, there has been mentioned multiple times that we will introduce life insurance, which matters a lot not only for insurance sector, for the financial sector, but also for any large long-term investment funds that are evolving around these products in the countries. And this is a long-term strategic direction. As for a more tactical perspective, we have been discussing today that there's a significant gap in small and mid-sized business insurance. Because if you look, we have retail insurance, as a result of which we are providing insurance to individuals, and we have corporate insurance, where we insure large companies. Whatever is in between them, small and mid-sized business, it's much bigger in its number and it has much more of a potential. And we are ready to enter this niche of the market, which is challenging. And our colleagues have confirmed it too. This is quite a challenging and complex field in terms of clientele. However, we have certain projects and we're ready to enter this market. One thing to clarify, is it a matter of culture? Small businesses do not want those insurance products, or what is the matter? It's a cultural thing. as well as a risk assessment challenge. Why are the large companies insuring their risks and the small and mid-sized companies don't? It's a lack of culture, knowledge, ability to assess the risks, so on and so forth. But it is in that particular field that we can deploy our expertise to convey the risks and offer insurance solutions. Please. Mr. Governor, in this message, it was mentioned that this can also lead to the development of insurance industry in general as well. Have you discussed in the Central Bank of Armenia what is the room for improvement here? Because at the moment, all the financial companies in Armenia are complying with corporate governance standards. So if there's a room for improvement, then what is that in business practices as well? I believe that in all areas, we will have a progress in comparison with current state of affairs. In fact, we will have a truly good corporate governance, not the one written on the paper, but a truly good one in practice. Number two, we will have product diversity and more opportunities. And number three, we will have a possibility to get access to reinsurers, so on and so forth. And this will bring to a situation when, if other market players are not guided with the same principles, then they might be left out of the market. Because if the clients see that there's a better product, better solution at better price, then the company will take market share. And this will lead to more competition from other local companies. Whether this is going to happen via international cooperation or via better skills and practices borrowed from international best practices, it's hard to say. But I think that other companies on the market should stay alert and they should increase their level. So you're anticipating a similar effect which happened in mid-90s in our banking sector when an international bank came to Armenia. Well, without mentioning some names, I believe that, yes, we might have that phenomenon too. Thank you. In the continuation of your thought, Mr. Galestian, here's my question. In the beginning of your speech, you mentioned also TRIP route. Have you had preliminary discussions about insurance of large-scale projects? Let me say it in English. First things first, let TRIP become a reality. Let's see what it looks like in real life, because there might be very diverse developments around TRIP. We might see scales of cargo that we're not ready for. And if we indeed become a crossroad, then there will be a question of insuring the cargo. I believe it's a chance for us, considering the balance sheet that GRAWE Group has, because Aram mentioned entry of an international bank to Armenia. If you remember, Armenian banks were quite small to shoulder the risks, and very often the headquarters of that international bank in London were shouldering the main risks. So with regard to TRIP, let's wait and see what it looks like, and then we will act accordingly. Potentially we're preparing for some things, but it's better to be optimistic and be mistaken than be pessimistic and always be right. Isn't that so? Thank you. If there are no further questions from the journalists, I would like to thank you all for the participation in this press conference. Thank you to the speakers and my congratulations. Thank you.